in JavaScript, when we have multiple tasks or operations on a single line of code, the computer has to decide which one to do first. And the entire process of decision making in this scenario is what we call the operator precedence. So JavaScript has a well-defined order of operation that is kind of similar to the BODMAS we used in maths, bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, if you remember. It's kind of similar to that. And this well-defined order of operation is what now tells the computer which operation to carry out first when we have multiple of operations. So each operator in JavaScript is assigned a value called precedence value. This precedence value is what tells the computer how important that operation is compared to other operations. So the higher the precedence value of an operator, the faster that operation gets executed in JavaScript. So let's take a look at the MDN web docs. Here you can see operators are first grouped by precedence. Let's talk about the precedence first. You would find a table somewhere down here. You will see the operations and their precedence number here. Grouping, what grouping means is parentheses. So whatever operation is inside a parentheses has a precedence value of 18. Let's look for another familiar. Exponentiation has a precedence value of 13. Division, multiplication operators have precedence value of 12. Addition and subtraction have precedence value 11, and like that. You see, comma has a precedence value 1. Assignments operators and these bitwise assignments, they have precedence value 2. So like I said earlier, the higher the precedence value, the faster or sooner the computer executes that operation. So we know that because grouping has the highest precedence, so whatever it is you put in a parenthesis is executed faster than whatever operation is inside the parenthesis is executed first because it has the highest precedence. So if we look at this example, say we have 3 plus 5, then multiplied by 2. This, we have the addition operator, we have the multiplication operator. In our MDN table, you notice that the multiplication has a precedence number 12, while addition and subtraction have number 11. So the multiplication part will be executed first. So 5 times 2 will be done first before 3 plus 5. If I console or log this, 5 times 2 first will be 10, then 3 plus 10 will give us 13. So this will give us 13. It wouldn't go the other way. It wouldn't say 3 plus 5 first. It wouldn't do that. Because if it says 3 plus 5 first, that's 8, and 8 times 2, that's 16. So we will not be getting 16, we'll be getting 13. Let's run this node tests. All right, we got 13 because 5 times 2 was executed first before the addition operator. But if I put 3 plus 5 inside parentheses like this, it will change the order of operation, because now whatever is inside parentheses gets more attention. It is executed first. So our answer will no longer be 13 because 3 plus 5 we execute first before multiplying by 2. That means we would get 18 now. Let's run this node tests. Oh, 16 rather. So yeah, we got 16 because the parentheses that we applied to 3 plus 5 kind of changed the game. It changed the order of operation, right? So we know that parentheses are always performed first. Multiplication, exponentiation are also performed before multiplication and division, and then plus and minus afterwards. And of course, if you're finding it confusing, you can always refer back to that documentation, MDN, or you can even check W3 schools, you don't have to memorize the operator precedence value. Just kind of like access the documentation whenever you need it. Now, moving on to associativity. If you go back to our table on the MDN web docs, you would see that there is a row or a column dedicated to this term associativity. It's basically explains how each operator goes about their operation works. So if your what's it called, if your operator precedence has the same value, then you can use the associativity to understand how the operation execution will go. Since they already have the same precedence value, then you are confused as to which one will run first. So associativity would help understand which one will run first. For example, we have for grouping doesn't have any associativity format. Let me check. Exponentiation is from right to left. Multiplication operator from left to right. Additive operator is from left to right. Let's look for assignment operator. Assignment operator is from right to left. Let's see this in action. Let's see what this actually means. So if I have 3 plus 2, then minus 1. Because the plus and minus operator have their associativity from left to right, it means that 3 plus 2 will execute first. So it's going to move from left to right. I mean, they already have the same operator precedence value. So how do we now know which one runs first exactly? So the format is that it moves from left to right. It starts from this place and it goes down to this place. That makes sense, right? It means 3 plus 2 is going to execute first, then minus 1 is going to execute next. But in the case of assignment operator, for example, if I have x equals y equals 4 plus 5, because these are assignment operators, of course, first the precedence value is going to do its work. So our 4 plus 5 is first going to execute. So behind the scene, this will turn into x equals y equals 9, which is going to be the first step of execution. After which, now you have assignment operators, right? As opposed to from left to right associativity, assignment operators are from right to left. And this is what it means. Give me a minute. Yeah. All right. 1 minute, please. Yes. Okay. From right to left, right? So we have x equals y equals 9. It doesn't start from x here. It starts from 9 here. So it takes 9, assign the value of 9 to y, and then goes on to assign the value of y to x. And that's how it works, right? Because if it starts from here, x equals to y, I mean, we don't know x yet. So if we don't know x yet, then we are assigning an undefined value to y, right? So assignment operators go from right to left, right? And that is why if you console log, if I console the log x and y, I will most likely get values for both. Node test. All right, so I get 9, 9. That is because the operation went from right to left and not from left to right. Because if it had gone from left to right, if it has just started from assigning x to y, x doesn't have a value. So assigning it to y is like, what is going on here? But assignment operators have the associativity from right to left. So you can always reference the documentation to check the precedence value and the associativity for each operators. So that's about that with JavaScript operator precedence. It's just like BODMAS. Each of these operators, all of the operators we have in JavaScript, there's so much. We even have the type of operator, even the type of operator, the equality operators, they all have their precedence values and they all have their associativity. So our code execute according to these values. So the higher the precedence value, the more priority the computer gives to executing that particular operation. So this helps us to ensure that our code runs as expected. And if you are not sure, you want to perform several operations and you are not sure which is going to go first, you can always use parentheses, because parentheses have the highest precedence value in JavaScript and even in mathematics. So you can use that to control your operations. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification for more tech and coding content from this channel.